Hey guys, this is Rustler for FLM. Today I'm going to be doing the Slash 2-wheel drives level 4 upgrade. And that would be the FLM fast lane machine transmission. Now on the Slash right now I have the RPM hybrid transmission, and it's failed me twice already. So it's not going to fail me a third time, so I'm just going to get rid of it. Okay, and this is the newer model of the FLM transmissions. Part number is FLM 2000. It has a -1 degree. Okay, so next I'm going to be removing the transmission case that's on there right now. And if you don't know how to do that and you want to see a detailed walkthrough, I have one on my channel already. And there's also, you can probably YouTube one. There's lots of them out there. Okay, and here it is. Finally got the transmission taken off. Already undid all the screws. So, there we go. Push everything to one side without losing all the screws. So yeah, here's my diff. There's a few chunks missing from it. Inside gears feel good. Okay, and since a few teeth on this have been taken off, I'm going to be putting a new differential in there. And luckily I have this one that was donated to me by 115 Chandler 1 a few months back. So yeah, thanks man. I'll be putting the new one in, greasing it up, exchanging the gears. Okay, and now that the gears have all been taken out and cleaned from my old transmission case, I can now put them into the new FLM one. So, let's start off with putting in all the bearings, and then all the gears. Okay, and here's the transmission with all the gears in. I'm just going to add a little bit of white lithium grease, and then we can close it up. Just going to align shafts to go through the bearings, and just like that. Okay, so next we see they include a whole bunch of mounting hardware. Just going to empty some of the screws, and we're going to find the screws that are needed. Okay, so it appears that all 4 of the longer screws that have this bulky end on them will be going on the holding the bottom part together. And then I believe 2 of the shorter ones will go right up here. And when putting these in, be sure to use a little dab of thread locker on each screw. Okay, and here it is so far. As you can see, I replaced the black screws that came with it with silver stainless steel ones, so they were the exact same size. Okay, next we're going to put on the bottom plate. Whether or not you have it going on like that or like that, they both fit on the same way. I don't really think it makes a difference. I'm going to put it on like this. Okay, and we're going to be putting on these 4 screws and 4 holes connecting to the bottom. Okay, and these 2 holes right here and here between the 2 arm mounting holes, I believe are for the grub screw, so they'll angle the arm and you can run anti-squat. But I'm not going to be doing that because it looks a little bit weaker. And as FLM states on their website, you will need to do a little bit of a modification on the chassis or whatever it's sitting on. We're going to need to cut a little bit away from right over here. Okay, so I'm just going to be angling this part off right here for the transmission to sit down flatly. As you can see, it's very close in stock form, but it's just hitting in that one area. Okay, and that little bit of cutting was all that was necessary, as I'll show you. So, here it sits, nice and flat. So next, grab the left side, should have an L imprinted on it. Put it up on top, should look somewhat like that, and then grab the longer screw and drive it up through the bottom. Okay, now I see the screws that they included and they wanted you to bring through the bottom are pretty long. As you can see, it's sticking off the top. So I used a little bit shorter of a screw, and once again stainless steel, and it landed perfectly. Okay, and lastly for the bottom, we're going to put these two little screws in. Okay, and here it is all finished. Now all I have to do is put it back on the car. Something you should know about this transmission is it does allow you to have mounts for your Traxxas wheelie bar mounts or / rear bumper, but you'll have to do some more modifications. So in order to have a screw going from the side way over here across to the transmission, they give you 3 of these extenders. The problem with that is the base of them is really wide. So the one right here in the middle is the one that fits the best, but then you also require the one down here. And as you can see, that hole is really close to the plastic, so I'm going to have to take the whole transmission off again and do some more cutting on the bottom. So I'll get back to you. Okay, and here it is with the rear bumper put on. And it feels kind of solid, but then again it looks kind of sketchy. So you'll need to put in a locking nut on each side. They go in right here, right where the shock tower would screw down. They're a little bit hard to get in. I got this one in. It took a little bit of pressure. Probably won't get it back out. Okay, and those locking nuts were like the last thing you had to do for the transmission. Everything else is just hooking it back up. Okay, and there she is, all finished. I'll be putting the FLM warranty to the test. Okay, so my conclusion for this thing is, for the / two-wheel drive, or even the Rustler, if you're going to be running a wheelie bar or bumper, I don't like it. If you're running a T-bone wheelie bar or bumper, which connects to the bottom of the chassis, that's probably going to work better for you. This thing's a little complicated to put together, having to put lock nuts in tight places. Bottom of it's 3 different parts. Overall, I think it went together pretty tightly. I think it looks really nice. It's not that heavy, and it looks well made. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, Rustler VXL9, going out.